All right. All right, let's go. That was item 7, right? All right. Item 8, you have a poor vocabulary. Now, this ties in with you don't read, right? In a way, but you have a poor vocabulary. Let me share something with you. I can't remember where, traders, I can't remember where I read this. I was a voracious reader for two big reasons. I was a voracious reader because, one, my mother was an assistant librarian. And so every day after school, I had to immediately go to my mom's job at the library, and I had to stay in the library until 8 o'clock when the library closed. So from 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock, I did my homework in the library. I waited around in the library. I had nothing to do in the library until my mom got off and we went home for 5 hours. So I just got in a habit of reading. I read every single book in the library. So that was one reason I became a voracious reader. Number two, I'm an only child. And so while my friends would go home and go home after playing, and they continue playing with their brothers and sisters, I didn't have that luxury. And so my brothers and sisters were my books, right? Anyway, I can't remember where I read this, but I was 9 years old. I remember the age. And I read somewhere that if you increase your vocabulary by one word, your worth, your value, your self-worth, your value increases by $2,500. I was like, what? As a 9-year-old. Think about, I was like, are you kidding me? Wait a minute, let me get this straight. I become $2,500 wealthier, richer, more valuable with one vocabulary, one additional word worked into my vocabulary. Wow. I began stacking up vocabulary books as a 9-year-old. I began working on increasing my vocabulary. Now, wherever I read this, I can't remember where I read it. Wherever I read this actually said that if you work on a job, you will find that your salary will increase by $2,500. Every new word. You want a $10,000 raise? All right. Add 4 new words into your vocabulary, but they have to be worked into your vocabulary. You can't just know the meaning and not use them. You got to use them. And it just put me on this path of just attempting at a very young age of increasing my vocabulary. Now, I'm not quite sure if that's absolutely, totally true to the penny. But I will tell you this, that what a well-rounded vocabulary does is make you a communicator. And of all the skills in life, the most valuable one you can have is the ability to communicate. If you ask any major organization, their number one skill they're looking for is for you to be able to communicate, to be able to write well, to be able to speak well, to be able to express what you know. What use is it to be intelligent and not to be able to communicate your intelligence? It's almost like your intelligence is wasted. What if you can't communicate your skill set? You can't communicate who you are. You can't communicate what you believe. You can't communicate your ideas. In today's world, you are relegated to being a nobody. It's the great communicators, really, that have the greatest, that accomplish the greatest things. All right? There are so many stories of great inventors that did not get the credit for their inventions because they were unable to communicate them. And it was the communicator that got the credit. That's happened a lot throughout history. So being well read and especially being well read in what you're interested in, what you're trying to accomplish, all right? And having a powerful vocabulary will set you apart from the vast majority of people on planet Earth. Because the vast majority, as sad as it is, the vast majority of people on Earth are not well read. They're well Instagrammed, they're well Facebooked, they're well Netflixed, but they're not well read. All right? And just that puts you in the upper echelon. And my God, if you speak with better than a 6th grade vocabulary, you will be instantly recognized and respected as someone who should be listened to. You will be looked at as someone who's intelligent. You will be placed instantly in the upper echelon of almost all people on planet Earth just because you have a decent vocabulary. Throw some skill behind that category. Be skillful at something with a good vocabulary, and my God, the world is yours. The world is yours. A skill and a good vocabulary. That's it. You're done. You're done. All right. That's been my experience, at least.